What's up, Broncos country? Welcome to Keep Your Eye on the Ball. My name is Adam, and I will be walking you through all things Denver Broncos. This week, we'll be talking about Jerry Jeudy's touchdown catch and what it looked like on our weekly play diagram. I will also be giving you my 3 thoughts about what Denver can improve on heading into the Buffalo game after the bye. So, without further ado, let's jump in. So looking at our diagram, we see that this is a standard Sean Payton look with a red zone twist. The Broncos come out in a 3 wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 tight end set, both the wings packed tight, and this means that Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy are moved closer to the line of scrimmage instead of their normal spots out wide in the formation. This is normally used to help defend protection for Russ and to force the defensive ends into a longer path to the quarterback. We also see from the diagram that Kansas City comes out in a big nickel, meaning they have 3 safeties in the formation versus having 3 cornerbacks. And with them most likely being in the red zone, they're trying to be balanced in defending the pass, but also not leaving themselves vulnerable to a run. And I did include the starting formation and how it looked on Sunday to get a better idea of what it looked like. Now, when the ball snapped, Kansas City doesn't show man right away, but the way that they break and the way the middle linebacker keys in on Javonte Williams as he goes into the formation is basically the man coverage that Russ will be looking for. Now, there isn't really a whole lot as far as a complicated routes that the wide receivers are taking, as you see from the second diagram, in that basically Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy are running crossing routes or scissors routes. This is meant to cause confusion in the middle of the field and force defensive backs to either fight their way through traffic and have enough recovery speed to catch the receiver, or be able to anticipate the route and move out of the way of either the oncoming receivers or their own teammates. Now, I did make sure to show what that looked like in the second screenshot, and I also made sure to show that in the next diagram in the routes and where the Kansas City defenders are as well. Now, this is mostly just a great play from Jerry Jeudy and a great throw from Russ, because Jeudy is able to use the confusion in the middle of the field to pull away from the defensive back, and Russ throws it out just far enough for Jerry Jeudy to run underneath it, and he gets a touchdown. So one of the things that I think Denver can work on coming after the bye is the intermediate passing game. What I mean is that the short passing game is actually working really well with Javonte Williams and Jaleel McLaughlin catching passes out of the backfield. And the chunk plays coming off of play action have been there too. Jerry Jeudy had a long catch this week. Marvin Mims had a score in the Washington game off of play action. Because they're able to run the ball effectively, I think this will be there all season. But what we haven't seen so far is that intermediate passing game. I do think that this will be something that will resolve itself later, especially if we do get Greg Dulcich back towards the end of the year. But as of till now, we just haven't seen it yet. I do think it'll resolve itself, though. If they do end up getting this down, this offense is going to be fun to watch. Now, the second thing is being opportunistic on defense. Through 3 games, Denver was one of the lower rated defensive units, managing only 3 takeaways. But in the last 3 games, they've managed to get at least 1 takeaway in each game, while also getting pressure on opposing quarterbacks without blitzing. This has also coincided with the return of a healthy Justin Simmons and Baron Browning coming back from IR. If Denver can continue to get takeaways and provide just being reliable on defense, they're going to really help out a conservative offense right now, and they're going to be a very, very well-rounded, tough team down the stretch. So it's an understatement to say that the Broncos got off to a bad start, and in the process, they dug themselves a really big hole to get out of. However, in the last 3 games, it seems that this team has really turned a corner defensively and is playing relatively mistake-free ball on offense. So if you combine those two, you know what? Anything can happen, especially when you consider that after the bye, they have 3 more division games, 2 of those against second place Los Angeles and 1 more against the Raiders in the season finale. If they can take those 3 games and maybe find a way to squeeze out some of the tougher road games that they have against Buffalo and Detroit, anything can happen. I'm not saying that that a playoff run is in the cards, but if this team plays like they did against Kansas City, hey, who knows? So that wraps it up for this week. I will not be having a weekly piece coming out on Sunday since the Broncos are on bye. I will also be going on my own personal bye and spending some time with my family. I'm sure they miss me and would like to see me more often. But as always, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a review, leave something so that way I can get this out to more eyeballs and hopefully give more insightful, colorful information to all of Broncos country. So until next week, keep your eye on the ball and a mile high salute to see you next time.